You've just finished a hearty lunch. Maybe it was a warm bowl of soup, a turkey sandwich, or your favorite leftovers from last night's dinner. You lean back in your chair, feeling full and satisfied. It's that comforting moment when the body relaxes and the mind says, now what? For many seniors, this is the moment when a familiar routine begins. Maybe you stretch out on the couch, turn on the TV, or sip a strong cup of coffee. It feels good. It feels deserved. But what if I told you that some of the most common things we do right after eating, those little habits that seem harmless, could actually be putting quiet strain on your heart? This isn't meant to scare you, but it is meant to gently open your eyes. You see, after a meal, your heart works a bit harder. It pumps more blood toward your digestive system. And if we add certain habits on top of that, we may be unknowingly asking too much of our aging heart. Over time, these small choices could slowly chip away at our heart health. The good news is, once you know what to avoid, it becomes easy to protect your heart with simple, loving changes. So in this video, I want to walk with you, step by step, through 5 everyday habits that many seniors do after meals that may be harming their heart. We'll also talk about safer alternatives that can give your heart the care it deserves. If you're over 65 and care about living with more strength, more comfort, and more peace of mind, then stick with me until the end. And if you find this helpful, please consider following this channel. It's called Better Heart Senior, and we're here to bring you heart health tips that truly matter, because your heart deserves better. Why lying down right after eating is hard on your heart. Picture this. You've just had a warm, filling meal. The house is quiet, the dishes can wait, and your recliner is calling your name. So you lie back, maybe pull a blanket over your legs, close your eyes, and for a few minutes, it feels perfect. But here's what's happening inside your body. When you eat, your digestive system needs extra blood flow to break down food properly. Your heart responds by pumping harder to direct blood to your stomach and intestines. It's a natural, healthy response. But when you lie down immediately after eating, gravity stops helping. Instead of blood flowing smoothly, your body has to work against its own position. That added strain can make digestion slower and less effective. And for some, it might lead to uncomfortable symptoms like bloating, acid reflux, or even shortness of breath. And for seniors with high blood pressure or heart conditions, this habit may quietly add stress to a heart that's already working harder than it used to. You might not feel it right away. You may think, I've always done this and I feel fine. But over time, small disruptions to circulation and digestion can add up. That heavy feeling after meals or the sudden need for a nap might actually be signs your body is struggling to adjust. Now, this doesn't mean you can't rest after eating, but lying flat, especially right away, may not be the most heart-friendly move. A better approach? Give your body 20 to 30 minutes to begin digestion while sitting upright. Take that time to listen to music, read a book, or simply sit by the window with a warm drink. Let your heart and stomach work together, not against each other. We're not here to take away comfort. We're here to make it last longer. Because when your heart feels supported, your whole body benefits. Now let's move to another habit that might surprise you. Something that seems healthy but can actually backfire if done too soon after eating. Why walking too soon after eating may do more harm than good. For years, we've been told that walking is one of the best things you can do for your health. And it's true, especially for seniors. A gentle walk can lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and support a healthy weight. But timing matters. And when it comes to walking right after a meal, the story becomes a little more complicated. Imagine this. You finish dinner and think, let me take a quick walk around the block to help with digestion. It sounds smart, and in some cases it is. But here's the catch. If you walk too soon or too briskly, your body may not be ready. After a meal, your heart is already working to send more blood to your digestive organs. It's focused on helping your stomach break down food. But the moment you start walking, especially at a moderate or fast pace, your muscles begin demanding that same blood flow. Now your heart is caught in a tug-of-war, trying to support both digestion and movement at once. For a younger heart, this might not be a big deal, but for seniors, especially those with heart conditions or high blood pressure, this competition can lead to dizziness, fatigue, or discomfort. You might even notice your heart racing slightly or feel lightheaded after walking too soon. That's your body saying, slow down, I need more time. So what's the better option? Wait about 20 to 30 minutes after eating before you get up and move. Let digestion begin, let your body settle, then go for a slow, relaxed walk. Not a power walk, not up a steep hill, just a gentle stroll, maybe around your home or in the garden or down a quiet street. This kind of movement supports digestion without placing too much demand on your heart. It gives your body the rhythm and calm it needs to work in harmony, not in stress. Walking is still one of your greatest tools, but using it at the right time is what makes it truly powerful. And speaking of timing, let's look at another habit that often sneaks into our routine right after meals. Something warm, comforting, and potentially risky for your heart. Let's talk about that post-meal cup of coffee or tea. That after-meal cup of coffee might be hurting your heart more than helping. There's something comforting about sipping a warm cup of coffee or strong tea after a good meal. For many seniors, it's a daily ritual, a quiet moment of peace at the table or on the porch. It feels relaxing, familiar, even healthy. But here's the part most people don't realize, that post-meal drink may not be as gentle on your heart as it seems. Let's take a closer look. Caffeine, which is found in coffee, black tea, and even some green teas, is a natural stimulant. It gives you a quick boost of energy by stimulating your nervous system and increasing your heart rate. That might be fine earlier in the day or between meals. But right after eating, your body's already busy. Your heart is working harder to help digestion. Your blood pressure may already be slightly elevated. Adding a jolt of caffeine into the mix can push things further than your heart is comfortable with, especially if you're over 65 or taking medications for blood pressure or rhythm control. Some seniors may notice a flutter in the chest, a mild headache, or a sudden burst of nervous energy after drinking strong coffee post-meal. Others may not feel anything at all, but that doesn't mean the heart isn't being affected quietly over time. There's another reason to pause here. Caffeine can also interfere with the absorption of important nutrients, especially magnesium and iron, two minerals that support a healthy heartbeat. So even if you're eating well, you might not be getting the full benefit if coffee is always close behind your meals. Now, I'm not saying you need to give up your favorite cup. Coffee can still be part of a heart-conscious lifestyle, but timing is everything. Try waiting at least an hour after eating before enjoying that coffee or tea. And if you're sensitive to caffeine or take heart medications, you might consider switching to a non-caffeinated option like chamomile, rooibos, or warm lemon water. That one small shift, just waiting a bit longer, can take pressure off your heart, help your body absorb more nutrients, and still allow you to enjoy that comforting moment you love. Now let's turn to another habit that sounds innocent but can quietly cause trouble, especially when it becomes part of your daily routine after meals. Let's talk about sitting still for too long. Sitting still too long after meals can quietly harm your heart. It starts out so simple. You finish your meal, clear your plate, or maybe not, and then settle into your favorite chair. You turn on the television, catch the afternoon news, or maybe just close your eyes for a few minutes. Before you know it, 30 minutes pass, then an hour, then more. It feels like rest, but to your heart, it may be something else entirely. Here's what's really happening. After we eat, our bodies naturally shift into a relaxed state. Blood flow is redirected to the digestive system, and we often feel a little sleepy. That's perfectly normal. But when we combine this digestive phase with extended stillness, especially sitting in a reclined or slouched position, we slow down our circulation far more than we realize. For seniors, this slowdown can quietly lead to trouble. Blood tends to pool in the legs and feet when we sit still for too long, especially if we remain in the same position. For some older adults, this increases the risk of swelling, discomfort, or even something more serious, like the formation of small blood clots. These clots, if dislodged, can travel to the lungs or brain and cause life-threatening events. Now, that doesn't mean every long sit is dangerous, but when it becomes a daily habit, especially after meals, the risk adds up. And it's not just about circulation. Sitting too long after eating can also lead to sluggish digestion. Your body needs gentle movement and upright posture to help food move through your system efficiently. Without it, you might notice more gas, bloating, or that heavy feeling in your stomach after meals. But here's the good news. You don't need to start doing jumping jacks or a full workout. Just a little bit of mindful movement can go a long way. Try this. After you finish eating, sit upright for 20 to 30 minutes instead of slouching. Then stand up and take a few steps around your home. Even walking to the kitchen, stepping onto the porch, or doing light stretches near your chair can help. It's not about doing more. It's about doing just enough to keep your heart supported and your body in motion. Sometimes it's not the big decisions, but the small patterns that shape our health. And this one, the habit of sitting too long, is something we can gently shift one day at a time. Now let's take a look at something that's often seen as a treat, a reward, or even an emotional pick-me-up after meals: dessert. But is it as sweet for your heart as it is for your taste buds? Let's find out. That sweet dessert could be sending the wrong signal to your heart. For many seniors, dessert isn't just about food, it's about comfort, tradition, and a moment of joy. Maybe it's a slice of pie you've baked for years. Maybe it's a cookie with your afternoon coffee or a bit of ice cream to end the day on a sweet note. After all, you've earned it, right? But when dessert becomes a regular habit immediately after meals, it may be doing more than just satisfying your sweet tooth. It may be quietly placing stress on your heart, especially if you're over 65. Here's why. After a meal, your blood sugar's already on the rise. That's normal. Your body is digesting food and breaking down carbohydrates into glucose. But when you add a sugary dessert right on top, cakes, pastries, candy, even sweetened fruit cocktails, you create a spike. A fast, sharp rise in blood sugar forces your body to release a rush of insulin. Your heart now has to work in a state of imbalance, juggling both digestion and a sugar surge. Over time, these frequent sugar spikes can lead to inflammation in the blood vessels, higher blood pressure, and even an increased risk of arrhythmias. You might not feel anything dramatic right away, but if you often feel sluggish, tired, or even a little anxious after eating sweets, it could be your body reacting to those shifts in blood sugar and heart rhythm. And it's not just the sugar. Many desserts also contain unhealthy fats and high levels of sodium, both of which can contribute to long-term heart strain. But here's the hopeful part. Enjoying something sweet doesn't have to disappear. It just needs a better rhythm. Try waiting an hour or more after your meal before having a treat. Give your body time to process the food first. And when you do have dessert, try choosing heart-friendlier options, like a few pieces of dark chocolate, a handful of berries, or a baked apple with cinnamon. They satisfy the craving without causing the same spike in blood sugar and pressure. Remember, your heart isn't asking you to give up joy. It's asking you to space it out and choose it wisely. Now that we've uncovered these hidden risks in your after-meal habits, it's time for the most important part. What should you do instead? Let's look at gentle, heart-healthy routines that support digestion, circulation, and long-term well-being, starting right after you finish your plate. What you should do after a meal to support a healthy heart. Now that we've explored the habits that may quietly strain your heart after eating, let's shift to something more encouraging: what you can do instead. Because the truth is, your body doesn't need a dramatic change. It simply needs gentle support. And the time right after a meal is one of the best moments to show your heart a little extra care. First, posture matters. Instead of lying down or slouching back, try sitting upright with your back supported and your feet flat on the floor. This helps your digestive system do its job more efficiently, and it also allows your blood to circulate evenly throughout your body without adding pressure to your heart. Next, take a pause. Give yourself 20 to 30 minutes of calm. This could be a time to enjoy soft music, read something light, or even do a small hobby like knitting or a crossword puzzle. Let your body settle. Let your heart and stomach work in harmony before asking them to do anything more. After that short rest, get your blood flowing again, but gently. Take a slow walk around your living space. Step out to the porch. Water a few plants. Movement doesn't need to be intense, it just needs to exist. Even 5 to 10 minutes of light walking after a short rest can help reduce blood sugar spikes and support healthy blood pressure. And what about that cup of something warm? Instead of strong coffee or black tea, consider switching to a heart-friendly herbal tea like chamomile, ginger, or hibiscus. These can soothe digestion without overstimulating your heart or interfering with nutrient absorption. Finally, check in with yourself. Notice how you feel. If you're overly full, short of breath, or unusually tired, your body may be signaling that something about your meal or your routine afterward needs adjusting, and listening to those quiet signals can make a powerful difference over time. You don't have to do all of this perfectly. Even adding just one of these gentle habits to your routine can help your heart feel more supported every single day. Now let's wrap this all up with a final message. One that brings everything together and reminds you just how powerful these small changes can truly be. Your heart deserves gentle care, one meal at a time. Every meal is more than just food on a plate. It's a moment of connection, of routine, of comfort. And for many seniors, it's a well-earned pause in the day, a time to slow down and enjoy life. But what you do after that meal can be just as important as what's on your plate. Lying down too soon, rushing into a walk, sipping strong coffee, sitting still for too long, or reaching for that sugary treat right away. These small habits may seem harmless. You may have done them for years without any obvious signs, but your heart feels everything, even the quiet stress it's asked to carry over and over again. And here's the good news. It's never too late to start treating your heart with more kindness. You don't need to make big, uncomfortable changes. Just give your body a little time. Sit upright, move gently, choose calming drinks, space out your sweets. These are soft, thoughtful shifts, but they create powerful protection for your heart. Think of it this way. Your heart has been with you through everything. It has beat for you, carried you, and kept you going, even on your hardest days. Isn't it time we gave it just a little extra care in return? If this message speaks to you, if you learn something new or feel inspired to make a small change, please follow this channel. Better Heart Senior is here to guide you with simple, loving heart health tips designed for your life, your rhythm, and your age. Together, one step at a time, we can build habits that help your heart feel lighter, stronger, and more supported, starting with what you do after every meal.